Hi Leo, it's Meg with Padmes, and I'm doing your mid-month love reading for September 2020. And I'm talking to all Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, Leo Collective, any cross watchers who are interested in Leo. Calling in our angels and guides of the highest vibrations of love and light, asking for messages for Leo. We've already got some things coming out, Leo. Let's see. All right. Let's see what's going on here. Gonna put the rest of the cards out first and see what's happening. Leo, Leo, Leo. You have a lot of reversals, Leo. And they're not all reversed in my deck. Okay. And what I'm getting from the reversals, actually, it's about going backwards in time. It's about going back, stepping back, looking back at old things. Looking back at old things, looking back at old relationships, old fears, even old journals. There's something too, Leo, about your higher self talking to you. Your higher self is giving you messages about not betraying yourself, but don't get caught up in your mind. Don't get stuck in the past. Don't let your head bring you in mental circles around these things that are happening from the past. I'm not really a believer in mistakes. I feel like we're always in our process. We're always in our process, whatever we're doing, and we evolve from it. We move beyond it. And I feel like there's some backtracking here, Leo, but it might just be you psyching yourself out because you've come a long way. You've come really far. You've learned a lot, and you don't have to go backwards. Let's look. There is something here. Your angels and guides are talking about not moving on, not moving forward, but not staying put, actually psyching yourself out and kind of going backwards. You don't have to do that, Leo. This is, okay, there's something too about letting go of past relationships. Really looking at the story differently. Looking at the story differently. Leo, this does have to do with past relationships, like the one that got away kind of things. The big picture is also talking about fast communication with maybe the one who got away or the ones who got away. You're still in touch maybe, and you can still talk. I will say this though, Leo, your advice is talking about not opening your heart to what was in the past, but opening your heart to what is reality now in present time. We know people differently when we've known them from the past. That doesn't mean they're completely different. There's an essence that you know about them, but there's also a big evolution that's happened with you and with them, happening now and into the near future. It's talking about, I'm hearing that song, chickadee check yourself before you wreck yourself. Be careful with what you say. We've got the throat chakra reversed and happening now and into the near future. So this is about being careful about what you say out loud, what you say to someone else. Also, make sure that it's your truth, and make sure that it's not your truth from a long time ago, but it's your truth right now in your present time timeline. What else, Leo? It's something about things going more smoothly than you think that they actually will, or that you thought they would have in the past. There is something in the trajectory about cutting away things from the past so that you can make more room for things for your future. Letting the cat out of the bag, so to speak, in present time, about your needs not having been met in the past. This is you talking to someone, or it's you talking to yourself. It's you saying to yourself, I didn't take care of myself in the way that I needed to take care of myself. I didn't speak my truth. I didn't say what I needed to say about what it was that I needed. I could have said it differently so it could have been heard differently, something like that. There's also some kind of there's some kind of resistance having to do with the way things turned out. There's resistance in how this played out. It wasn't the fairy tale that you wanted it to be, and you're resistant to that being the case. You don't want it to be like that. Or there's sadness around this. What is keeping you in the past, wanting it to have worked out differently, Leo? Some reflecting backwards. I want to see the Lenormand here. I got a little bit more information about your trajectory, about your future. The future with this. So this is coming up for you in September 2020, Leo. What's going on in the future, in your trajectory? Shadow indulgences. This is the moon. It can be romantic. It can be romantic, but it can also be letting go of the past too, letting go of the romantic past, moving on from it so that you can open to new things. Oh, Leo. Don't put yourself in the place where you're resentful or vengeful. That's ultimately not going to help at all. It's going to make it worse, and it's going to make it linger. You have to see where you are in your present time. Your cross to bear. It seems like you feel really responsible in a way of how this worked out. I also feel like you possibly are projecting onto somebody else because you're upset and angry about how things worked out. Yeah, there was a commitment there. You wanted a commitment there. And there needs to be some healing done around that. There needs to be some healing done around this commitment. Oh, Leo, this really does feel past life. There was this commitment in a past life. What wants to happen there? I'm going to ask these kitty cats. What do your angels and guides want to say about that past commitment in the past life? Asking the kitty cat cards for Leo. What about this? Gratitude. Receiving gifts from the universe. It's easy to focus on all those unmet desires gone astray, plans and everything beyond the horizon for now. Let grace remind you to notice all the blessings we're receiving. What feels good, let it in. What is making your heart sing? Even a quiet momentary song. Who do you love that is with you now in spirit or right by your side? Let each thank you open your heart a little more. I really love these kitty cat cards. Gratitude, gratitude, and letting that be there, letting that relationship be there in this life. Ultimately, really, would you have rather it not been there at all ever? I want to know what is going to happen with this throat chakra, speaking your truth in your near future around all of this healing work, right? There's going to be some chit chat for sure. There's going to be some conversation, it looks like. But the thing that I see here, I fear here kind of, is that you're going to say things that ultimately, yeah, Mars in retrograde, Leo, you might say some things, you might like want to let out some anger or upset or resentment or pissiness, but ultimately that's not what is going to help heal this situation. What will help heal this situation? Oop. Huh. What will help heal this situation has to do with travel. I mean, it can literally be moving on, but it's travel. This can also be moving to different dimensions, different planes, doing some healing work in different dimensions, different planes of existence. This is looking at things, bringing them full circle, knowing who you are, being stronger for it, and then being able to move forward in a more solid way because of this. You've opened to love. You're capable of great love. And that strength helps you in another relationship. I'm not saying it's not romantic. It can be romantic, but this other relationship seems like somebody that you are helping who's going through something like this, or who's going through some kind of, it seems like you're helping someone maybe younger than you. Just want to get more information about the heart of the situation. I do want to say this, Leo. Whoever this was, or whatever relationships you are looking at around this, looking back on, it was your highest and your greatest good to move forward the way you did without the commitment here for some reason. Why is that? There would have been strife within this, maybe more so in this life anyway. It wasn't an ideal situation where it was when it was. And it's just good to know that, Leo. There's a door that's open. You did open a door. They opened a door for you and you opened a door for them. This also shows me that you travel in lifetimes together, so you'll meet again. This isn't it, Leo. But in this life, it seems like it brought lots of sadness to the divine masculine. So whether that's you or whether that's the counterpart, it brought great sadness to the divine masculine. The divine masculine's soul lesson in this life was definitely learning about loss and disappointment. This is what's being looked back upon. Right. And there's some betrayal or feelings of betrayal involved here. But there's such a connection too. There's such a connection. Wow. There's definitely some helping each other see what needs to be released in order to move on, like the shadow parts of self that need to be released. Both of you showed each other or shined a light on that for each other. I want to pick one more for advice, Leo. Another one wants to come out here. Okay. Your advice is literally to look at things differently. Tell yourself a different story. That story might have been true at one time. The resentment story, the anger story, the what the hell story. It's like it's time to balance that out. Everything, there's no chance. Everything is bound together by agreements. And looking at that, being able to move forward. There are a lot of 8s here too, Leo. This is as above, so below. As above, so below, as within, so without. This is working on becoming very balanced. This is also talking about having one foot kind of in 3D and one foot in 5D. What are you bringing from 5D to heal in 3D? There's a lot of magic that happens because you have a body and stuff that you couldn't do if you didn't have a body. We sometimes think that things without bodies are more senior, but in actuality, it takes a lot to manifest a body, and we are master manifestors because we've manifested bodies. We can use energy, move energy around, and create so much health and so much wellness and so much abundance because we literally have a body, and we can tap into those other dimensions, pulling it into the physical. And this is somehow part of creating that balance. These relationships that you're looking at in the past, this person or these people, they did show you a part of yourself that was really, I want to say kind-hearted, but also really powerful. The love was really powerful here. Wow, Leo, this was a really strong reading for you for September. Keep me posted and let me know how that resonated for you, and I'm looking forward to next month. Have a lovely rest of your month, Leo, and try to align and be really loving with yourself. You've come a long way, Leo. Okay, have a good rest of your month.